We expect sports records to eventually fall as athletes get faster and stronger. But in the FIFA World Cup, there are 5 specific milestones that defy that logic. They are mathematically and practically locked away. Take Kylian Mbappe's run in 2022. He represents the absolute ceiling of modern talent. Playing 7 matches across the tournament, he scored 8 goals. The 5 records we are looking at today eclipse numbers like that. They will remain untouched not because modern players are less capable, but because the professional game has undergone a systemic shift in how it's played and managed. In the early days of the tournament, tactical structures were rudimentary, the skill gaps between nations were massive, and the organization was so loose that photographers often spilled directly onto the pitch. Over the decades, global football has undergone a rigorous optimization. The specific structural flaws that allow for extreme statistical anomalies in those early tournaments have been effectively removed. In 1958, French striker Just Fontaine reached a peak the tournament will likely never see again. He scored 13 goals in a single summer. Recent Golden Boot winners cluster around the 6-goal mark, while Fontaine's output is more than double. Even more striking is the efficiency. He achieved 13 goals in only 6 games, an average of 2.16 goals per match against international competition. At a team level, the ceiling is just as extreme. In 1954, Austria and Switzerland played a quarterfinal that ended 7-5, 12 total goals in 90 minutes. Both teams frequently abandoned their defensive structures, leaving players scrambling across an open pitch. You will not see that kind of space today. Teams defend using sophisticated low blocks, tightly packed formations designed to deny space near the goal. Combined with dedicated holding midfielders, the entire layout of a defense is engineered to isolate and neutralize attackers. Managers prioritize tactical discipline and clean sheets over high-risk, all-out attack. Because of this evolution, the data suggests that double-digit individual scoring tallies or dozen-goal knockout matches are no longer feasible. At the other end of the pitch, Italian goalkeeper Walter Zenga holds the record for defensive endurance. During the 1990 tournament, he went 517 consecutive minutes without conceding a goal. That is nearly 6 full matches with a clean sheet. To repeat a 6-game streak today requires navigating a tournament equipped with VAR. This camera surveillance system reviews every interaction in the penalty box, ensuring that minor fouls that once went unnoticed now result in penalty kicks. Goalkeepers also face a physical disadvantage. Modern footballs are lighter and engineered with aerodynamic panels designed to swerve, making them harder to track than the heavier balls of the past. Even records measured in seconds have been solidified. In 2002, Turkey's Hakan Şükür scored against South Korea just 11 seconds after the opening whistle. Beating an 11-second countdown relies on the opposing team making a catastrophic, unforced error the moment they take the kickoff, surrendering the ball immediately near their own goal. Look at modern kickoff routines. Teams now execute rehearsed sequences where they immediately pass the ball backward into their own half. This prioritizes safe possession and ensures they settle into their defensive shape before the opponent can touch the ball. This level of systematic rigor leaves very little to chance. With video review punishing defensive mistakes and rehearsed safety nets eliminating kickoff errors, the conditions required for these extreme streaks and split-second goals have been designed out of the game. Then there is the ultimate measure of dominance. Pelé remains the only player to win 3 separate World Cup titles. The math required to surpass this is daunting. Because the tournament occurs only every 4 years, a player would need to maintain physical dominance, avoid injury, and win 4 separate tournaments spanning 16 years. This graph illustrates the change in competition. In the mid-20th century, a few nations held most of the resources, resulting in wide skill variances. Today, the tactical and athletic gap between nations has narrowed significantly. The global playing field is too contested for a single player to anchor a 16-year dynasty. In today's hyper-competitive landscape, winning 4 World Cups is statistically improbable. These 5 milestones are no longer targets to be chased. They are historical markers of a style of play that is effectively closed. The tournament we watch today is more athletic, fairer, and more fiercely competitive than it was 60 years ago. But that efficiency comes with a trade-off. The price of an optimized system is the removal of the specific chaotic conditions that allowed for these records. The professional game is now too tactically efficient to allow these kinds of statistical anomalies. These milestones remain as the definitive markers of an era of football that no longer exists.